I'm going to tell you 3 reasons why your vision board did not work. Let's go in. So, I'm Monique, and I've been doing vision boards for years, and I've been able to manifest things like my house that I'm living in right now that I built pre-construction when I was in debt over like $50,000, $60,000, and honestly had a bad relationship with money. I've started businesses, I've gone on dream Caribbean vacations, and I've worked with brand partnerships and just a whole slew of things thanks to my vision board. So here are 3 reasons why, after learning vision boards, getting certified in vision boards, and teaching others how to do vision boards for the past 4 years, that I've learned. Reason number 1 why your vision board hasn't come to manifest or come to fruition is honestly, and I have notes because listen, let's just get real, okay? Gotta write it down. The first thing is you are too stressed. You're too stressed to focus on the vision that you want, the life that you want, the dream that you want, right? You're working the 9 to 5, you're helping the kids, you with your friends, you doing all the things. And when I tell you, life is doing everything but anything to keep you off focus, right? So the first and foremost reason why I always tell people, you need to get clarity and then you need to get focused, right? And I mean really focused, because if you are too stressed, honey, your vision board just isn't going to come to fruition, right? So here's what I'm going to tell you for that one. I'm honestly going to say, set aside time every single day, right? To look at your vision board, really take it all in. If you have affirmations on your board that align to your visions, say those affirmations to yourself out loud, morning, night, whatever time that you feel best for yourself, even through the day, right? But you need to get unstressed, right, with the reality of what you want happening, because it happens to the best of us. Once you release the stress and really own in that this can be mine, I guarantee you will start to see a difference. All right, number 2, you have not taken the action steps. Listen, Linda, listen, okay? Any and everybody can make a vision board. Put it on the wall. Put it right in front of you. But if you're not taking the action steps to make happen what you want from your vision board happen, well, girl, you just did an arts and crafts project. And that's me being honest, right? And I teach women all around the world how to make vision boards. And I hear all the time, like, Monique, oh my God, like, I listened to you. I did the vision board. I did my affirmations, and I don't understand. I'm embodying it. I'm being grateful, having a sense of gratitude. Okay, but like, what action steps did you actually take to make this happen, right? So my little hack, my trick, my recommendation for this one, number 1, you should download my action step tracker. It's free, it's easy, and it really helps you to get clear with the action steps that you need to take, right? In small, measurable bites, right? So that you can get to your end goal. So I'm gonna give you an example. This year is 2025, girls, January, we made it. And I'm going to Paris. Notice how I said that in confidence. I said that in a positive I am statement. I am going to Paris. Now, I gotta be honest with you. Going to Paris has been on my vision board for like, I don't know, 3 years, maybe 3 years, right? But it wasn't until this year that I started to put the action steps to really make it come into fruition. So what does that look like? Well, I got out my action tracker, okay? And every single week I did one step that's helping me get closer. So the first week I had to decide, well, where are you gonna go? When are you gonna go to Paris? Okay, so I'm gonna go in June. Why am I going during this time, right? Because when you add a when to a why, it's kind of like, magical, right? I'm going because I want to attend a conference with Terry Savelle Foy. Follow her if you do not know her. She is the woman that taught me everything that's anything about vision boards, and I am so excited and blessed to be joining her this year at her conference in Paris. Second thing I had to do was find out, well, how much is it going to cost to get there? So I researched tickets. Then I had to say, do I have enough like luggage? Do I have passports? Every single week, I'm doing one small action item step that's going to get me closer. So honestly, download the tracker. Okay. I'm going to put the link here, and then you start doing small action steps to help you get to where you want to go. The third thing, and this one is going to be hard, right? Because listen, I get it. I get it. Your goals just are not aligned with your current situation. So, from experience, right, I wanted to have a house. The house that I'm living in right now, I manifested this house, right? And when I tell you this house had been on my vision board for over 5 years. And what it was is that I took a picture when me and my daughter were living with my family, which I lived with my parents for 13 years. I was super ratchet. I'm not even gonna lie to you, right? I worked a great corporate job, made great money, but I was always broke. And every single year I'd be like, I'm gonna get this house. I'm gonna get this house. This house is mine. I confessed it, I manifested, did all the things. It wasn't until year 5 that I was like, okay, so we need to get crystal clear, right? We need to start putting into action, how am I going to get this house? Action tracker. And that's honestly how the action tracker really came into play. Like, I was like, number one, how much is it gonna cost to get a house? How much does a house cost, right? And if you follow me on social media, child, follow me on social media. Shameless plug, follow me. I lived in Maryland, in Montgomery County. I now currently live in Charlestown, West Virginia. Yes, we're here. We're here in Charlestown, okay? I was like, how much does it cost? I quickly realized that I could not afford to live in Maryland if I did not want to be house poor. That right there took me about a good few months really to like wrap my head around how much it costs for a house. Because I got to be honest, like I live with my parents. I didn't pay rent. So I would go on vacations. I would do all the crazy things, had all the nice things, had all the bags. Hair was always laid, everything. But I was going nowhere. I had no generational wealth, nothing. I was just like a bump in a log. Don't get me wrong, I had my business, and my thing was like, well, I'm living here so that I can pour into my business. Because you always hear like people saying, well, before I made it big, I, changed my spending habits and I got clear and I did all these things. I was doing part of it, but honestly, I wasn't doing the second part, right? So yeah, I was living small, but I was spending a lot. So number one, had to figure out how much it costs for a house. Number two, I really had to get my mind wrapped around money and have a better relationship with money. Now I'm going to tell you, as an African-American woman, I'm 45 years old at the timing of this video. I had a bad relationship with money, right? It wasn't that we were poor. I mean, we didn't have a lot, but we were like middle class, right? And I had every single thing that I always wanted. Like my parents would be like, yeah, okay. But when it came to like going on vacations, I only remember going on one vacation ever in my whole entire life with my family. We drove down from Maryland to Myrtle Beach. And I remember my dad giving me like a bag of quarters. And that was like our spending play money. And once you were done with your quarters, that was it. Girl, listen, I don't know how much I was able to do with those quarters, but like, that's what I remember, like in the back of my mind. And I remember my dad working hard and he provided for us, and he was never there because he was always working, right? So I had to really change my relationship that I had with money. Now, of course, I didn't know how to do this on my own. I am a big proponent of YouTube University. I don't care what anybody say. If there's something that you're looking for, go to YouTube. 9 out of 10, you can find it. But this right here, this money situation, I had to seek an expert. And it wasn't until I sought the expert, I got an accountant who then helped me get a lawyer, who then helped me put a team together. And that's really when my life really started to come into fruition. I started to make that mental shift. I was able to save $10,000 in 1 year because I got the help that I needed, right? So if you try to do it on your own, and let's say you just can't, be honest and get help, right? I'm a big proponent of coaching and, counseling and things like that. So get help where you need it. And I still have my accountant till this day. If it wouldn't have been for her, I'll be honest, I don't know if I would be here, right? I really believe that like God put her in my path to like help me and push me, because I'm going to be honest, I do have a strong personality. And sometimes when people get around me, they're like, I don't want to like, Monique's going to be, no, I'm not going to be, but I am going to question you, right? Like if you say something that I'm not sure, I'm going to question you. So my accountant is everything. And she asked me like 2 or 3 questions that I will never forget. The first one was, are you serious about like doing right by your daughter when it comes to your money habits? Because whatever you do, these are the habits that now you're going to push off to her. The second thing was with my business. Monique, is this a business or is this a hobby? Because Uncle Sam, he gonna come for you and he gonna tap that ass, okay? So you need to make a decision. What are we doing here? And then number 3, let's talk about savings. Let's talk about what this looks like going forward into retirement because you're over 40. My accountant's like in her 30s. She's an American University adjunct professor. She is a millionaire. She owns property. And when I tell you, I rocks with her, and I will always like let people know about her, because I feel like you got to ask the right questions, but then you got to be with somebody who's going to push you into the right direction. And she did that. Once I decided, got the house, okay, I'm on the right path, another roadblock honestly came into my path. And I was like, okay, what am I gonna do to like put into this house, right? Because working with my accountant, I was able to walk into my house with little to no money down. And I mean, also thanks to the grace of God. But then it was like, what do I want to put into my house? So what did I do? I created a vision board. And if you watch another one of my videos, I believe I'll link it here. I don't know how this works, but I'll probably link it somewhere. I envisioned every single thing that I wanted this house to be, right? And again, I went back to the action track stats tracker, because I was like, all right, they're giving me land. Now you got to build it. What do you want that to look like? And I didn't go over the top, because I know some people are like, well, you're building a house, so like build your dream house. This is not my dream house. This is my right now starter house. This is where I'm starting out, because I truly believe that I am just here for a moment and then I'm meant to go someplace else, right? But this is going to be part of my real estate portfolio. So no, I didn't want to go over the top, but I was able to curate this beautiful home with every single thing that I wanted. I got out my vision board and I literally just started to dream. Open floor plan. I wanted a kitchen with a big island. I wanted 3 bedrooms, 3+ bathrooms, 1-car garage, and I didn't want a lot of land, but I wanted just enough in case I wanted to turn up, have a party, whatever. I could do it. And that's exactly what I have. Bonus is my deck, which I love. And it just happened, right? But when I tell you, the timing had to be right? Like everything had to honestly line up, and I had to be ready, right? Mentally, I had to be emotionally ready. Everything just had to honestly come into play. If this would have happened, let's say 4 years ago, I'll be honest, I don't know if I would have been prepared for that. And as a result, once I got here, my business, it failed. I'm going to be honest with you, my business failed. But because I had time to be by myself, and let me tell you something, what you do when you're by yourself is really what will make you shine out in public. Okay, that's a little bonus nugget. You can write that down, write it down. All right. I was able to take time to really decide, Monique, what is it that you want to do? Do you want to continue to go all in on fitness, which I still teach fitness, right? Curvy fit fitness, thick chicks fitness. It's still here, but the public view of us, like we've been on TV, we are partners with Fabletics. As you can see, that's why I only wear Fabletics if you follow me, okay? I'm just not making that my whole priority, but really empowerment for women, that is my whole priority. Teaching vision boards, manifestation, right? How to really get what you want when life is not doing right by you sometimes. Because I get what it's like to be the underdog. I don't ever want anybody to go through some of the things that I've gone through. I know what it's like to be homeless. I know what it's like to be over 300 pounds. I know what it's like when people tell me, you're never going to be able to build a house. People like you, okay, don't do that. And that actually came from my own family. So the timing just had to be right. So you're probably watching this and you're like, okay, well, Monique, I hear all these things. I hear all the things that like is not the reason why my vision board like didn't work. So what should I do? Hold on, I got you. Let me look back at my notes. Let me tell you. So it's what I'm gonna call the joy method, okay? The joy method. The joy method is where you just start to dream big and believe that it can happen. All right? That's the joy method. You start to dream big and believe that it can happen. The first thing that you're going to do, again, is you're just going to dream big. You got to dream big, right? But when you're dreaming big, you've got to believe in that dream. You've got to believe in it, because if you don't believe in it and you just start like, I want this, I want that, I want this, all that, it's just you and your wants. That's all it is. It's just you and your wants. And I mean, everybody has wants, but when do we really take that want into something that it's a must have, right? So you need to get clear on your dreams and you need to believe in them. The second thing that you need to do is you need to own your vision, right? Own your story, okay? Own the fact that, hey, this is where I am right now, but this is not where I'm going to be, because I believe that I'm called for something way better, way greater, and I know that it can be mine. That's honestly something that I stand on every single day, right? I'm owning the fact that I am 45 years old, I am single, I am a Black mother who lives in West Virginia. Girl, hello, okay, hello. I have a business that is now restarting, and then I have another business that's kind of struggling a little bit. And I'm owning that, right? But I'm also owning my vision of me empowering women, right? Who maybe thought that they didn't belong, who maybe feel like this is just not for them. That's my purpose in life, and I'm owning that. And I'm gonna do every single thing in my power to help women to really get where they want, and for them to understand that, guess what, you belong here, that you are special and that you are important. And then the third thing is you've got to take action, right? I don't know what else to say. Like you got to do something, right? You can say, oh, you know what, Monique, this is blah, 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 and I want this and I want that one. Okay, great. But I'm going to ask you, like, what action steps are you going to take? And look, here's the other thing, and lean in. I can want it for you, but if you don't want it for yourself, do you really want it? Like, I'm being honest. And sometimes I have to ask myself that too. Like, do I really want it? And if you really want it, then what are you willing to do in order to get it? So does that mean that, like, after you get off of work from your 9 to 5, are you gonna lay on a couch and we gonna watch Netflix? Or are we going to go all in and maybe have a power hour and put that into our business, right? Maybe we want to go to brunch, but if we're serious about our business, maybe we'll go to a brunch networking event to meet some new people, to put ourselves out there, right? Maybe I really wanted to get that bag because I seen everybody getting that new Coach bag. I don't know, when did Coach start coming back like into popularity? I don't know. But instead of me buying the Coach bag, maybe I'm going to invest in myself and I'm going to get a course, or maybe I'm going to get into a coaching program. You know what I mean? Like, these are the things that we've got to make some decision on, and we've got to put them into action in order for us to really get to where it is that we want. I hope that this was like helpful. Please let me know in the comments below if you thought it was helpful. If you have questions about vision boards, manifestation, definitely follow the channel. I have some more content coming out, but I want to show y'all that at the end of the day, anything that you want is possible. Anything that you desire can happen. You just got to go for it. All right. Bye. Yeah, that's it. Okay, bye. Yeah, bye, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Bye.